how to, last hands-on demo, how to onboard, explore, create, contribute, correct? Exactly. A precursor to the breakouts. Your name is Jerome Gasperi. He is product manager at Mercator Ocean International. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay, just a question, how to change the slide?
Oh my God, but you're just so brilliant, and you're kidding. Oh, you're not kidding.
No,
oh my,
not.
this one.
Okay.
No, can I just say something interesting? Yeah. Even though that's the biggest green button with an arrow saying go forward, everybody always wants to press that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's the UX flow, I think.
Okay. How long do you need, just so they know?
No, I will be very quick because everybody wants to go
Well,
to
don't
lunch.
be quick.
So
don't be quick.
No, it's okay.
It's good. They had a break and then they've got a long break.
10 minutes also.
10 minutes. Fantastic. The floor is yours. Thank you.
So after the nice demos this morning with Fabrice and Alain showing the nice picture, I will show behind the scene. It's always a bit ugliest than what you see this morning, but it's where you start from your ideas and you bring to people. So it's important to show how to do that. So first of all, you need to onboard to the platform, to the EDITO platform. So you need to onboard user. So we changed a bit the way to onboard on EDITO, and now anybody can request an account. So you go to EDITO, you click join, and then you're in, and you can go to the data lab. But first, to be sure that you are not here to do bad things on the platform, you need to ask for resources. So the first time you go, you can do nothing. You need to send us a form saying what you want to do on the platform, and if it looks nice and ocean related, we will also give you the resources. So once you are on the platform, the idea of EDITO is really co-creation. So we bring data. We have the Copernicus Marine data. We have the EMONET data. But we want people to bring data, to bring services, and to bring applications. So the first thing is to bring data to the platform. And so in EDITO, you have a data lake. So basically, it's a data storage where you put data, and you have a catalog. A catalog where you reference this data. Sorry. So this catalog is conform to Stack. I will go there later. And basically, the data are stored in S3 storage. It's like Amazon storage. It's object storage, really simple. And so you have API to search your data, to retrieve the data, to publish, and so on. So the data storage. So first, it's super easy. When you have logged on the data lab, you just have you have in your home page, and you have your project. And under your project or your own project, your own space, you can go to the File Explorer and just drag and drop data on your bucket. And that's super simple. And you just click a button to make it visible or not to people. If you are a lover of command line, you have a way, very easy, in one line, you can copy your data or your directory and upload it on EDITO. Super simple. And in fact, it was too simple. So we found it was too simple, so we want to complexifies it. Because the problem is that when you store data, it does not mean that you will find your data, because your data is on the storage. And the problem is that you cannot find it. To find it, you need to make it available and in the catalog, which means that you need to push its metadata to the EDITO catalog following the standard. And this sentence looks awful. I think it looks bad. By chance, we are working on EDITO 2 to a mechanism to make it completely automatic. And so you just have to put your data, and automatically you will have this stack metadata be inferred from the content of your netcdf of your ZAR. Because the idea is that as a producer, you know how to bring data. Your data has already all information, time, space, and variable. And why do you want to have to do this stack stuff? So our job is to ease the data onboarding and to make this. The problem is that we are working on that, but it's not yet available. But in the meantime, you can use a tool called Stackify that was developed by John Lavelle. It's absolutely a great tool, developed in the frame of the EDITO Model Lab project. And there is a little video to how to onboard the data. So basically, using this tool, you just have to choose the type of data you want to put, in which collection. You type the catalog in which you want to have it, and then you go to your S3 bucket and you point to your data you just put in. And then automatically the system, from if it's a netcdf or a ZAR, it will automatically find the metadata, bring the stack, and you just have to push and publish it. And after that, immediately you go to the catalog and you can see your data. And you see that it is also linked to the Jupyter notebook. You can just click on a button to open it on the Jupyter. So this is an easy way and the current way to bring your data to EDITO and make it findable. Next, we have the onboard processes and application. So process and application. So a process, it's a model, for instance, a process is something that takes input, that runs, then stop, and that gives output. A service or an application is something you launch and you have it in an URL and you can go to this application. What if application you saw this morning are applications that are always there. And if you run a model like a GLONET AI model, for instance, you launch it and when it's done, you have the result and it's over. The process can be connected to HPC or to the complete cluster of EDITO. And you can bring your own process or your own application. The same way right now, and you will see this afternoon, people and users that bring a process and application to the platform, they had to do probably a bit of computing science, doing YAML configuration and so on. Poor them, but now we simplify the system and we want to go to a one-click deployment. Exactly like in the data onboarding, we want to have a simple way to onboard process and application. And so basically we have made a prototype about that, and in the frame of EDITO 2 we will work on that, so it's completely super simple, and basically you have to click and put two information to deploy your data and your process. So this is an example on onboarding a process. So again, you have you choose add your process, which is a process on EDITO, and you explain, you point to your GitHub repository, for instance. You point to where your code is. You can define some variable as input, and you launch, and it will automatically create the image of your process. Here, it's, for instance, it's a Marine Toolbox as a service to extract data from the Copenhagen Marine, and then you can just launch your process, and you see that you have your variable, and you can put the value and launch the input, and at the end you have the data that is available on the S3 bucket. So this is currently how it works in the prototype form, but of course we will ease and simplify the UX, so it's completely super understandable for user to make it. And onboarding application, it's a bit the same. You have a free way to onboard your application. Either you have a Docker file, so a container, and you point to a Docker file with the add your service. But you can also only point to HTML file, for instance, and you will automatically, you bring a web page and you just point to this HTML file on your Git, and it will be deployed automatically. And so far we have some onboarded project and upcoming project on EDITO. We have something like 900 users that already ask for resource and have account on EDITO and doing things. And you can see with Fabrice all the applications that we have developed. And again, the message, and you will see this, I think, this afternoon and tomorrow in the breakout session with the testimony. The idea is to really ease your work, because you are here, you know how to process data, you know how to do good science, and we want you to continue to do that and not to have to bother with how do I put it available. The idea is that we want to simplify the process, so you are really concentrated on your work, and we're concentrated on make this work available to everybody. And thank you for the listening.
After they have taken part in the breakouts, will they be as swift as in the video, do you think? Will they be so swift?
I think so.
Yeah? Yeah. I think in the breakouts, they will have more time and pace.
Exactly,
the onboarding is really split between the data, the model, and the app, correct?
Exactly,
and we've got a little bit information on that before we come to the breakouts. Any questions from the room or from Slido? I just have a quick check, first of all.
Maybe I have a question.
You do, or maybe you do? Please, not too fast. Let us understand who you are. Thank you.
I'm Bruno Bongiorno Nardelli, Italian National Research Council.
I would like to know...
I didn't hear that, sorry.
I just said my name. I'm Bruno Buongiorno Nardelli from the Italian National Research Council.
Ah, thank you.
I have a question that maybe I didn't get it fully from Marina's talk, if it will be discussed afterwards, but thinking about the Copernicus Marine data, these data go through a qualification process. So the data that are made available to the users, they are validated in a very consistent way, I would say. There's a long process to have products on board Copernicus Marine Service. In EDITO platforms, it seems that any user can upload data. So I was wondering whether there's some kind of, I don't know, a flag or something that tells to the users how reliable are the data that are provided by the users. Because of course, if this becomes a platform used by many people, there will be many data.
Yeah.
And navigating through these might not be so easy. So
okay.
The second part of the question is, how do you handle the exploratory tools for the users to find what they're searching for?
Thank you very much. Take your time, just a little slower than you spoke. Yeah.
That's a very good question. So the idea is to bring data to the platform, because the more data you have, the better for the user to bring data. But you need to have quality data, because if you put crap data, it's not good. As Marina explained, we are putting in place a quality control check, meaning that when you bring data to the platform,
Yeah, come this side. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a bit louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you bring data to the platform, basically a bit louder. Your data, it's basically by default is private to you, and you can make it public. But when it's public, it's just not quality controlled. If you want to be quality controlled, you will put a ticket and you ask, okay, this data I think is for interest and I want to be reviewed by pair. And so at the end, it has a stamp which is quality controlled by EDITO. You have the EDITO flag. And on the UX, every data that is stamped EDITO approved in a way will be put first, and the other data will go after, and it will be really easy to see which data are quality controlled and which are not. It's a bit like in X or whatever, when you have an approved account and an account that is not a real account. It's more or less the same.
Thank you. Okay, that's the second time Elon Musk has come up in 2 days, but you weren't here yesterday, so you probably don't know why. No, don't be sorry. We will just take these and we will break for lunch. So, whichever order. Can anyone publish a service on EDITO Data Lab, or are there specific requirements?
Yeah, no, anyone that has resources can publish service on EDITO. So if you ask for resources and your ask is relevant, you have resources, so you can publish. And you just have to follow some guidelines. As I explained, you need to be containerized, so you need to have a Docker file, stuff like that. But it's pretty loose requirement, technically. But there is, the main requirement is that you produce something for the ocean. I mean, that makes sense for the platform,
Sorry,
of course.
that was, yeah, I mean, one would hope. The main requirement is you produce something about the ocean, as opposed to Belgian pralines or...
No, but I mean, you could mine Bitcoin if you...
Okay. Can you upload your own data on EDITO? Maybe there is... I wonder if how many of these are coming in from the room, or can you put your hand up if this is coming from the room? It is coming from online. All right. Let's park that there, but I want to just say to all these good people, with these questions, they can be answered in the summary report. Again, can they not? And they can speak with you. So just perhaps some telegraphic answers for more amplified answers in the report or in an exchange. So here we go. Can you upload your own data? Yeah. So this is a good question. The intellectual property of what you put in EDITO, it belongs to you, for sure. So you can put the license you want. It will be explicitly shown in the application.
But of course, you need to, if you develop a UX and you have an application, you need to send to put somewhere. Yeah, this is my license and so on. But at the end, what you put on the application is your property.
Okay, and then I couldn't even answer you a follow-up to this. Can we use the EDITO environment to run operational processing chains to operate daily systems?
So right now, EDITO is not an operational service in the sense that we have an SLA that is not aligned if you want to operate daily. But we are in the process to merge development to put EDITO in a way later in an operational way. Because basically, operationality is about the platform, the infrastructure itself.
Yes.
That can be super operational.
Yeah.
But you have also the layer, and we made our best, so the layer of software is not flagged operational, but we want it to be, I would say, practically operational. Yeah. But the answer right now is no, you cannot have an operational stamp right now, even if it's practically operational, I would say.
Okay.
Theoretically, no.
No, that's absolutely fine. Clearly, everybody online is far more clever than those in the room, because all of those questions have come in from online. So thank you so much for whoever put those in. Again, just to say, hopefully, if we can curate those, can we not lose them? Then at least we can give broader answers. And if you need to give broader answers, you can contribute to the summary report. Are we happy to leave that? Do you need to say anything more about the intellectual property license? I heard the word license.
No,
but
it's okay.
I cannot tell if it was in answer to that question. I'm very sorry.
I did not answer to the...
No, you did say license, but I don't know if you answered that question specifically.
No, yeah, I answered the second one.
Yeah,
after.
but you didn't answer the one in blue.
Yeah, it was the first I answered the first place.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is...
Yeah, I'm not listening to me.
Oh my God, this is a comedy show, and it is only a comedy show because I'm a bit thick. Listen, any decision makers here today using EDITO?
As Samuel said, nobody sent me a message to... I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, we will leave it there. We will keep these, Python, Java, all of that will be answered, I promise you, because I feel that I ought to release you all. I don't want to eat into your eating time. So, first of all, stay with me and be warmly clapped. Jerome, that's the first thing. Thank you.